The newest Bubblegum Simulator Infinity update has kind of broken the game. Infinity Elixirs and Evolved Potions are extremely easy to get, to the point where I started this update with 20 Infinity Elixirs and now I've got 85 of them. And the best part about this is you don't need to do anything. You can do everything here completely AFK. I've been doing this for a couple days and I would have made a video on it sooner, however I thought it would be patched sooner and it still hasn't been patched. And by patched I mean nerfed, because what it is the board game is OP. More specifically, the board game and dice chests. So the strategy to this is getting yourself a bunch of dice, and the way to do this is obviously just naturally through this dice merchant here where you can get like 30 at a time, which is insane, or through the dice chest. And once you have dice, what you want to do is go over here to the board game, stand here, get this menu to pop up, then walk over to your egg of choice, or whatever egg you want to hatch, and then you can start hatching it and then click continue, and then you can just auto roll dice. And the reason why this is so OP is because the amount of good things you get from this, from dice keys, which continue you going, on top of instant infinity elixirs, evolved potions, just so many good things. Makes it an endless cycle of being able to do that over and over again and get a bunch of free items. So with about 300-400 dice, you can get yourself about 150 dice keys. And with 150 dice keys, you can get yourself about 300 dice. And with those 300 dice, you can get yourself 150 dice keys. And it just keeps going. The cycle keeps going. You use your dice, you get dice keys. You open the dice chest, you get more dice. You use the dice, you get dice keys. And from the dice chest, you get infinity elixirs every like 3 chests. And from the board, you get infinity elixirs a lot. And like, it's OP. It's genuinely the most OP thing they've added to this game, and they are planning on nerfing it. I'll put the screenshot on screen right now. However, they still haven't, and I assume they won't for at least another day or two. So I'm making a video now, because if I don't make one now, it's going to be too late. I know people have probably already made videos on this absolutely insane method, but I gotta put it in a video just in case some guys haven't and you need to use this method. I mean, with this method, it's insanely OP. The fact you can do board game and eggs at the same time, get yourself dice keys, and then use those dice keys to get the same amount of dice back and repeat this process. It's just ridiculously OP. If you want to find a dice chest fast, by the way, you could just reset servers, but generally I find dice chests every like probably twice a day, so it's pretty fulfilling. And as you can see, that's how I've got 85 infinity elixirs. However, you could just hop servers. The best way to do this, of course, is having a private server, which you can just reset and then just going to a private server and just refreshing over and over again until you find a dice chest. I'm going to do that real quick for 2 reasons. 1, so I can show you how OP the dice chest is, and 2, so I can show you that this method actually works and I'm not scamming you guys. So it's time to rejoin servers until I find a dice chest. Now, a little tip on this is you probably want to wait a little bit, allow like time for rifts to spawn. And obviously, if you have the rift notifier, which you should have by now because it's been a while since that's come out and it's pretty low mastery these days. Let me go to the mastery and see where it is. I think it's in the shops one. No, it's not in the shops one, in the buffs one. I believe, yeah, rift notifications here. So you will get a notification, and it's feeling lucky. So you just wait for a feeling lucky message in chat, and when you see that, you go and find yourself the dice chest. But I'm not going to end this video or continue in this video until I find a dice chest, just so I can prove to you guys how OP it is if you haven't seen, and be a good YouTuber. Hey, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. So yeah, once you join a server or reset a private server, I recommend waiting for a couple minutes just to see if one spawns, because it doesn't spawn instantly. I guess it can, but it doesn't usually spawn instantly. I'd wait about 5 minutes. And while we're waiting, I'm going to open these Season 2 eggs because I've got 69 of them. Nice. And also, I just want to use them on camera just in case I hatch something rare. I probably won't, but I did hatch Seraph on camera last season. So, hey, maybe I can get lucky again. But it doesn't look like we're going to get lucky, unfortunately. No. Okay. We're about to run out, I assume. And... oh, we're still going? How many... we're still going? How many did I have? Okay. Fine. Sure. There we go. It's about to end now. Also, by the way, I've got 834 of these super tickets. I do not need that many super tickets. And while you're looking for the dice chest, you can get yourself some rifts here, like this 5 times rift here, which, yes, I use infinity elixirs for 5 times rifts now. That's how rich I am. Ignore the fact I've been doing this for like 40 minutes, okay? Apparently my luck sucks of finding dice chests. However, there's 2 rifts here. I should probably go check that one, but this is a 5 times, and hopefully this is 25 times. I've still yet to find a single 25 times cyber egg rift, and when I do, I'm going to be going all out on that thing. Is this? No, this is useless. 10 times, of course it's the useless egg. And in the same server, here's a 10 times one. Have not found a dice chest yet. For some reason, I'm getting really unlucky with it. However, a 10 times rift is really good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to exploit this. And that's another 10 times cyber egg. By the way, this video was a mistake. I should not have, like, said until I get a dice chest, because it's taking longer. But usually you're just AFK in a server and you see it spawn. That's why it's so good. But when you're actively searching for it, it's not easy. Anyway, let's hatch this. Another 5 times cyber egg. And there's a 10 times cyber egg, but still no thing I want. Oh my god, there's a feeling lucky message in the chat, but I don't know when this was from. That's what it looks like, by the way, and I've been waiting for this for so long, so if I miss this, I'm suing. There it is, it's right at the top here. Yeah, so the message looks like that. I don't know how much time's left on it. Hopefully enough to use like 150 keys. 150 keys you can use in like a minute if you've got the triple hatch. So hopefully, yeah, 7 minutes. This is chill. Let's time-lapse this real quick. Oh, also let's take note of my dice numbers, as you can see, and also my infinity elixirs are at 77. And our dice numbers, as I said, we're up to about 300 dice and 22 golden dice, which can get us back about 50 or 150 dice keys. Therefore, it's just an endless cycle. I will prove to you guys that I will be able to get like most of the dice keys back from this. Also, remember to buy from the dice merchant here. We can get free 8 dice keys here, and we can also get ourselves some free dice here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to hatch the egg, and we're going to play the board game, and we'll see how many keys we get from that. So yeah, do the strategy where you go over to the board game here, you start it up, you walk over to the egg, click hatch on the egg, and then click continue, and then you just auto use these dice, and I'll come back once I finish auto using these dice. I haven't used all my dice. I know I'm a bad YouTuber. However, I want to get this video out before it's too late today, because I didn't quite think getting the lucky chest would take as long as it did. Obviously, that was forcing the lucky chest. If you want to get the lucky chest, like, just, by the way, is that a mythic overlord or is it Dementor? Bro, this guy's got a Dementor in my lobby. I don't know who this guy is, really. I just joined a random lobby here. He just said hi to me. But yeah, anyway, from that, I only used about, I'd say, half of my, no, way less than half, like about, like, I'd say, I don't even know, but like 3/4 of my dice remain, and we got 50 dice keys. So if we times that by 3, yeah, it's about 150. Obviously, the golden dice, you get a bunch more, especially if you wait until this corner here and then just use 3 golden dice, you can get yourself 9 keys. And an infinity elixir over here. So obviously, if you're actively playing, it's not that bad. Like, you can get loads and loads of keys. However, personally, I literally auto roll everything. I even auto roll with the golden dice, because let's say you start, for example, here, 26 golden dice is going to get you all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this. Like, it's still going to get you like a lot of things, but obviously you could be strategic with them to get even more of an advantage. And I'd personally, if I were you, I'd use the golden dice only when you can get infinity elixirs or dice keys. However, as I said, I use them pretty sporadically. And also, if you don't get 150 dice keys back from using dice, you can always just get 8 per time at this shop here, and also 30 more dice. So it's basically an endless cycle. I always seem to have 150 dice keys before I find another chest, and then the cycle just repeats and repeats and repeats, and you just get yourself so many infinity elixirs. I mean, my amount of infinity elixirs in my inventory don't lie. I've got 83 of them, and at the start of this update I had about 20. I'm genuinely getting about 20 to 30 infinity elixirs per day, and that's by AFK playing. If I was actively playing, I could get a lot more. If I was playing the claw machine, I could get a lot more, but I don't do that. I just literally hatch AFK, and then when I see that feeling lucky message, I go get dices, and then with those dices, I do the hatch and board game strategy to do that while I'm still hatching, and then when I run out until I see another feeling lucky, and then the cycle repeats, and I get a bunch of infinity elixirs for doing nothing. Also a bunch of evolved potions and everything. I literally AFK with evolved potions now, which is kind of insane. Also, from the board game, I've got 19 minutes of infinity elixir just put on me right now. So half the time I'm AFKing with infinity elixir as well, which feels so illegal. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you guys have any tips, I will pin comment a tip if you guys have it and it's a really good tip, or I'll put my own pin comment and I'll write down all the tips. Subscribe if you made it this far. I hope you guys appreciate the tips, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.